The Crawford County Sheriff's Department welcomes one of its newest deputies, K9 Kane. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, Crowder College celebrates Constitution Day with a closer look at the history of the Fifth Amendment and the Miranda decision. And the city of Fort Scott continues its revitalization efforts.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
One of the newest deputies at the Crawford County Sheriff's Office is already making an impact 1 month into the job. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. KOAM's Samantha Walker met K9 Kane and spoke with the Sheriff's Office about what support the German Shepherd offers the community.
The first week he was out, he got an apprehension. He located an individual that ran from us on foot after a car chase.
Just 1 month into his job, Crawford County Canine Officer Kane is making his mark. The office had hoped for K9 to help address drug issues in the county.
It's a huge problem, and we're going to start working on that like we have been since we became in office.
Kane is partnered with Deputy Nate Swartz. They did 6 weeks of training to help get the K9 ready for the field.
He's certified in tracking, he's certified in narcotics, heroin, cocaine, fentanyl, methamphetamines, and that's the stuff that we're focused on getting off the streets.
The deputy and Kane have bonded, being together at both work and home.
We play in the yard, I get him out, we interact a lot with each other.
Swartz's daughter has nicknamed him Waffles.
We thought that was funny, but we decided to go with Kane.
Despite the sweet nickname, Kane is here to work, something both the sheriff and his handler emphasize.
He's going to be a working dog, and he's going to be doing a lot out on the streets. Some of these dogs get a little bit more aggressive, and they want to work, and they're not there for play.
He is a deputy. He's an officer. We treat him the same. He's not just a normal dog. He's one of us.
The sheriff tells me the K9 program doesn't use taxpayer funds. It's run off donations from community donors like Diamond Pet Food and Arvest Bank.
The dog, the equipment for the car, and the training. And they continue to do everything for the dog. They supply the dog food. We have our local vet take care of our dog for us, who donates stuff for us. And it's just a big relief for us because it's a large amount of money for the K9 unit.
Now the department can watch as Kane grows as an officer.
He wants to work. He's constantly wanting to get out of that car and do stuff. So it'll be fun to see how he progresses throughout the years.
Reporting in Crawford County, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
The sheriff says they hope to possibly have more K9 officers like Kane in the future. A local fundraiser this weekend will shine a spotlight on four-legged heroes who once served the community. Academy Animal Hospital in Joplin will host a fundraiser this Saturday from noon to 2 with pulled pork sandwiches, sides, desserts, and more, all to benefit retired K9 officers. Organizers say while the dogs are no longer on duty, they still need support from the community for food, care, and medical expenses.
I'm a dog lover, and I love to see that they're well taken care of, just as if it was mine. You know, I want my dog to be taken care of if it was a working dog, and, you know, just because they retire, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't quit loving them.
Residents are encouraged to stop by, enjoy a meal, play games, and meet some of the K9s who once worked to protect them. Well, Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at weather.
Well, it turned out to be another hot one today. Most of us into lower 90s for highs, and we're looking at mid to upper 80s as we go through the next couple days. Pretty good rain chances, though, on Thursday. Scattered thunderstorms. We stay in the upper 80s on Fridays, and we also have chances for thunderstorms over the weekend as well. Going outside, we have some hit-miss storms. Not as widespread as what we saw on Tuesday, but we've had a couple stronger guys, mainly in our eastern counties. You can see one flaring up there on the edge of Dade County, just northwest of Springfield. Most of you are going to stay dry, but yes, there's going to be a few random guys out there, especially as this little outflow boundary kind of drops in over the next hour or so. But most of us calm tonight. But we are going to be watching for some scattered thunderstorms to kick off the day on Thursday and kind of flaring up again during the afternoon. We'll talk about that here in a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. A Missouri organization says the people, not politicians, should decide to accept or reject new congressional maps. The group, People Not Politicians, held a call Monday to discuss how to put a redistricting plan approved by Missouri lawmakers to a vote. The voter referendum is not used frequently, but the group says it is gathering more than 107,000 signatures across Missouri to make the vote happen. Group leaders say it will easily get those numbers.
Given the amount of support we've already seen coming from Missourians about this, we are going to turn in well in excess of those numbers.
People, not politicians, has until December 11th to collect and turn in those signatures. If approved, a voter referendum on the state's congressional maps would be placed on the November 2026 ballot. A celebration at 238 years in the making takes place across the country today. The Constitution of the United States was signed on this day back in 1787. The League of Women Voters in Joplin marked the occasion with a presentation on the Fifth Amendment at Crowder College today. The presentation covered the history behind why the Fifth Amendment was added and the history of the Miranda decision.
Important for us to just maintain a strong awareness of our Constitution within the United States. It is the framework that our government rests on, and it is critical that every citizen understand that document, understands its importance, and understand how it came into being.
Each student was given a copy of the Constitution to read. Now, the Fifth Amendment protects against self-incrimination. Several small business owners along East Wall Street and Fort Scott say business has picked up in recent weeks. They say the uptick stems from the relocation of the After Effects salon to the street, as well as overall cleanup efforts by business owners to attract more visitors.
Anything, that gets folks out here, if they need to store something next door, the restaurant, the salon, a lot of guys will drop their significant other at the salon, come in, look at firearms. So yes, it's been very good for us.
The Fort Scott Chamber of Commerce named Fort Scott Gun and Pawn the 2025 Small Business of the Year. Meanwhile, Aunt Toadie's restaurant owner Kevin Allen sees the street's potential for more community-wide events, such as outdoor concerts. The Lions remember the life of a former head coach. Sports director Ryan Blank takes us for a closer look at the celebration for John Ware. That's coming up. But up first, a new storm protection system for a southwest Missouri town.
This motel was damaged in Nevada's last tornado. I'm Blake Gully. Coming up, how 7 new sirens aim to keep people safe.
The city of Nevada upgrades how it warns residents during severe weather. KOAM's Blake Gully shows us how the city will replace its decade-old sirens with a new system designed to cover more ground.
Nevada has used the same storm sirens since the 1980s, but that's now changing with a $300,000 upgrade to replace the aging system.
They're able to reach out further. We're able to even reach out into the county a little bit outside our city limits. So they're placed in about the same location. We had to make a couple movements, but they're placed in the same location, and we'll be able to do tests daily with those, as silent tests, so we're make sure they're activated and ready to go.
This motel still shows scars from the last tornado here in Nevada. And while the city is going from 8 sirens down to 7, the fire chief stresses how much stronger the new system is.
These are newer sirens. They're a lot louder, and they're able to reach more coverage.
The city is also adding large speakers at the golf course and baseball fields for added safety.
This will have additional capabilities where we can warn, especially for the kids out there playing baseball or golfers are out, we can notify them of a lightning coming in or a thunderstorm or heavy rain coming in also.
The city hopes by replacing the old system, residents will have more time to get to safety when severe weather strikes. Reporting from Nevada, Missouri, Blake Gully, KOAM News.
City officials expect the new sirens to be in place by mid-October. They also plan to have the new system fully installed before the old one comes down. A little later, Special Olympics Kansas brings top-notch competition to the Four Oaks Golf Course. We'll have the details.
Plus, we still have some thunderstorm chances in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up.
Missouri Southern returns to Fred G. Hughes Stadium this Saturday, coming off their bye week. But this week is about more than just football, as the Lions will be celebrating the life of former head coach John Ware. The program will honor the late coach as 2025 marks 20 years since his passing. Ware led the program for 2 years, earning College Sports Report's National Coach of the Year in 2003. During his time with the Lions, Ware coached current Missouri Southern head coach Atiba Bradley and defensive coordinator Joe Batasso. During his presser on Monday, Coach Bradley talked about his former coach.
Even though he was only our head coach for 2 years, just had an astonishing impact on everybody that was around him. You didn't have to be around him for a year. Just being in his presence for a few moments, you knew just how great an individual he was. And so him and a lot of guys on that staff are the reason I coach college football.
The Lions take on the Bearcats of Northwest Missouri State on Saturday. Kickoff at 4 p.m. Pitt State football is coming off a big upset win over third-ranked Grand Valley State last week. And after defeating the Lakers, one Gorilla player received special recognition from head coach Tom Anthony. PSU kicker Austin Schmidt received a game ball after his performance against Grand Valley. After missing a couple of field goals in the first 2 games of the season, the junior stepped up and the Gorillas won on Saturday. In a game where points came at a premium, Pitt State sent out Schmidt in the early second quarter with the game tied at 0. Schmidt connected on a career-long 53-yard field goal to give the Gorillas an early lead, and that field goal would be the difference in PSU's 17-14 win.
He's that guy. I mean, he just got the game ball in the locker room right now from Coach Anthony, and Coach Anthony's words is, "I'll never not trust this guy." So that says what it needs to say about that kid.
I told him in the locker room after the game, my confidence in him will never waver. I truly do think he's the best place kicker in the country. Just mishit a few balls, over the last 2 weeks, and came out today and had 2 huge field goals for us. Huge field goals. And again, we're going to continue to rely on Austin Schmidt. He's a big part of what we do, and he's going to win us a lot of football games.
Gorillas looking for a second straight win on Saturday at home against Fort Hays State. Kickoff at 4 p.m. from Carney Smith Stadium. Austin Schmidt wasn't the only Gorilla to shine when the lights were brightest last week. Redshirt senior safety Reggie King Jr. received recognition for his big day against the Lakers. King was named the MIAA Defensive Player of the Week after filling the stat sheet against Grand Valley. He finished the game with 3 tackles, 2 pass breakups, and an interception that sealed the win for Pitt State. His performance aided in a dominant defensive outing that limited the Lakers' offense to under 210 total yards. While a pair of Pitt State stars shined at the national level this past week on the gridiron, one former Gorillas track and field standout showed out on the grandest stage of them all, in front of the entire world. After winning multiple NCAA Division II titles with the Gorillas, Cordell Tinch is now a world champion, claiming the 110-meter hurdles title in Tokyo, flying in with a time of 12.99 seconds. Tinch's journey to this point is different compared to most. Prior to his time at Pitt State, Tinch took a 3-year break from the sport, selling phones and working on machinery. Now he has reached the mountaintop, representing the United States with a gold medal at the 2025 World Athletics Championships. That's it for sports. We're back with more after the break.
Well, it turned out to be hot once again for us today. Lower 90s for highs, and we have had some hit-miss thunderstorms this afternoon. Not near as widespread as what we had yesterday. And most of these have been in our eastern counties, kind of heating of the day, pulsing up. That's very typical for this time of the year in the month of September. But we've had a couple stronger guys kind of right in our far eastern counties. Here's the eastern parts of Dade County. Look at this little line here. That's a little outflow boundary. So when that kind of pushes near some already established storms, it kind of fires some up along that boundary. But anything that is out there, it's not going to last long. And now that the sun angle is starting to drop, these will start to dissipate as we go through the rest of the overnight. But you can see that one guy near Greenfield, just to northwest of Springfield, and they really aren't moving. They just kind of pulse up, pulse down, and really don't go anywhere. All right, so anything that is out there will be gone by late this evening. Let me take you into Thursday morning. We are going to be watching for some scattered thunderstorms, Kansas into Oklahoma, trying to pop up during the morning hours and then shifting off toward the east. But all day long, we are going to have the chance to get some hit and miss little storms and then kind of flaring up again late afternoon. Right now, it looks like majority of these are going to be southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas. See them really kind of flaring up. Here's 5, 6, 7 p.m. and then mainly out of the area by 7 or 8 p.m. But better chances for a little bit more widespread showers and thunderstorms on your Thursday. Friday may start with a random shower, then a great day. I think most of us are going to go into the mid-80s, about 84-ish for afternoon highs, which, hey, we'll definitely take. 68 to start, 82 by noon. High temp, 87 on your Thursday. Let's jump into high school Friday night for state football. 79 by kickoff, 70 by the fourth quarter, but overall looking pretty good for high school football. Great shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. We are looking downtown Joplin. Outside right now through the evening, 80s, 70s, eventually upper 60s. Where we haven't seen any rain, holding near 90, where you have near 80 degrees. And our humidity's been up there a little bit. Our dew points are kind of 65 to 70, which makes it feel a little sticky, a little muggy across the region. So our showers being fired off by this upper level wave, and then the main access right back through here is going to shift through tomorrow, giving us better chances for rain. So you can see it kind of shift through the next couple days, and then behind it we have another wave that drops in late Sunday into Monday, and with that wave that could give us some stronger thunderstorms as well. Starting with a few storms Saturday morning, I really think most of Saturday afternoon looking pretty good. Thunderstorms Saturday night, and then on Sunday they're going to try to flare up, and some of those guys could be strong to low grade severe. So we'll keep our eyes on that. 87 Thursday, 84 on Friday, 91 Saturday, 87 on Sunday, less 90s on this 10-day forecast, which is good news.
Yeah, we need now we need less 80s and more 70s for the high.
Give it time.
Have a nice fall temperature.
There you go.
60s and 70s. That'd be perfect. We'll get there, hopefully. All right, thanks, Doug. Well, it is official. The city of Pittsburgh announces the date for this year's Christmas parade. Sure doesn't feel like it, though. On December 1st at 6:30 p.m., the annual parade will roll down Broadway. The free event is open to everyone and kids of all ages. And while it's still early, we do have it on good information that a certain individual named Santa Claus will make an appearance. Still ahead, Missouri Southern is honoring former head coach John Ware this weekend. We'll hear from Coach Atiba Bradley next. And one Pitt State Gorilla rose to the occasion on Saturday in their upset win over Grand Valley State. Those details coming up after the break. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A Missouri congressman leads the push to rethink America's college-focused education system. Plus, the Southeast Kansas Fire Department needs volunteers. Find out what it takes to be a community hero. And a baseball broadcaster turns his cancer battle into a mission to save lives. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Southeast Unified Golf Tournament teed off at Four Oaks Golf Course in Pittsburgh this morning. The event, hosted by Kansas Special Olympics, brings together athletes with and without intellectual disabilities to celebrate inclusion, sportsmanship, and community. With more than 60 teams participating, the tournament saw significant growth from just 12 teams last year. And it was great weather for them.
Yeah, it ended up being a little bit on the hot side for us today, but temperatures a little bit cooler the next few days, mainly due to cloud cover, especially tomorrow. 87 with pop-up storms. 84 Friday, near 90 Saturday, mid-80s on Sunday, but rain chances, at least in the forecast, which we need.
Yes, we do. All right, thanks, Doug. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening and an even better tomorrow.